Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for the latest news and information from the city of Greensboro. The Greensboro Virus Relief Fund Task Force is excited to announce the second round of funds allocated for COVID-19. More than $543,000 has been awarded to 24 nonprofits to help residents impacted by the coronavirus. To date, more than $1 million has been awarded to 40 nonprofits, helping thousands of local individuals and families impacted by the coronavirus. The task force wants to raise an additional $2 million to continue rapidly supporting community members during this pandemic. The funds are allocated from the Greensboro Virus Relief Fund, which United Way established at the request of the city of Greensboro. Aside from individual and business donations, United Way made a $500,000 donation from its Emergency Reserve Fund. The Community Foundation of Greater Greensboro also contributed more than $100,000 to support the relief fund. Applications and instructions for virus relief funding are available on United Way's website, and nonprofits are encouraged to apply. The Virus Relief Task Force meets virtually on a weekly basis to review applications and approve funding requests. Making a donation to the Greensboro Virus Relief Fund is as easy as visiting United Way's website or texting the word virus to 40403. City boards and commissions with time-sensitive issues on their agenda will be able to conduct meetings virtually while still maintaining the state's stay-at-home order amid the coronavirus pandemic. Meetings will be conducted via Zoom and led by city staff liaisons for each board and commission. The liaisons will also be responsible for sharing the appropriate Zoom connection credentials to the appropriate staff, board and commission members, and the public. All electronic meetings must provide public notice of when these meetings are scheduled, which should include the name and contact information of the staff liaison. The meetings must follow standard protocols and procedures for the respective board and commission. For a listing of all city boards and commissions, visit the city's website to access the list of boards. A link will direct users to a web page about that particular board and its staff liaison. The Water Resources Department is offering various options to residents who are having difficulty paying their water bill as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. The city will accept a payment plan for past due accounts. Arrangements can be made by calling the contact center at 336-373-2489. Staff is available Monday through Friday to answer calls from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. If your water service was disconnected for non-payment prior to mid-March and it's still disconnected, the city will reconnect the water for the duration of the COVID-19 situation. Call the contact center to request the service be restored. While an in-person bill payment window has remained open downtown in the Melvin Municipal Office Building, customers are encouraged to pay by one of these following methods instead. You can pay over the phone with a credit card by calling 336-373-IPAY or 4729. You can pay online through the city's website, and you can also use the drop box at the Kitchen Operations Center located at 2602 South Elm Eugene Street. The standard $1 convenience fee for paying online or by phone has been temporarily waived. In mid-March, the city temporarily suspended water shutoffs and late fees on past due water accounts. In an effort to help each of us improve our quality of life, the city has partnered with Cone Health for a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Let's check in with our friends at Cone Health for today's News for Your Health.
Hi, my name is Dr. Kate Tabori, and I'm with LeBauer Primary Care at MedCenter High Point, and today we're going to talk about ways to prevent the cold and flu. So why don't you join me? So frequently we get asked, what is the difference between a cold and the flu? They're both viral illnesses, however, a cold is the less severe of the two, typically with a runny nose, maybe a sore throat, some cough and congestion, whereas the flu is on the more severe end of the spectrum, typically with fevers, severe body aches, and you can tell exactly the time when your flu started because it's a sudden onset. So other important information you need heading into the cold and flu season to keep your family and yourself healthy are how to prevent getting colds and flus. So the most important thing you and your family can do is get the flu shot. That means everyone over 6 years old and who doesn't have a contraindication, and I mean allergy, should be getting the flu shot. Sorry, that's you. Other things you need to do are hand washing, good old-fashioned soap and water. They recommend doing it for 20 seconds or as long as it takes to sing happy birthday. I'll spare you. But it is important because that effectively kills the virus. The other things you can certainly do are making sure you are getting plenty of sleep because that keeps your immune system healthy, lots of fruits and vegetables, plenty of water, and regular exercise is also a good boost to the immune system. Other things you can do are already provided for you in the community. When grocery shopping or shopping at one of the large chains, use one of the hand sanitizers to clean your cart. Because if someone before you and then touches, shops, guess who's going to be the beneficiary of those germs? You are. So, what you need to do, flu shot for everyone, make sure you're getting plenty of sleep, fruits and vegetables, regular exercise, lots of water, wash your hands, and make sure you use those wipes when available. Other thing is, make sure you carry your own pen. You'd be surprised how dirty those things are. A simple way to keep you and your family healthy is how you cover your cough or sneeze. And the old way, where we used our hands, well, that doesn't work out so well. Cough, touch, kind of gross. You've now left those who come behind you susceptible to your germs. So what we recommend and try and teach even our youngest patients is to cover your cough or sneeze like this. That way, your hand is still clean and free to touch doorknobs, pens, counters, or cabinets without getting those behind you sick. Typically, the next question we hear is, well, if I know it's a cold or I know it's the flu, when do I go and see my doctor? The answer to that question is, if you have the cold, we recommend that you stay home and treat supportively with over-the-counter measures such as cough syrups, decongestants, and maybe pain relievers such as Tylenol or ibuprofen. Whereas if it's the flu and you're suffering from high fevers that don't go away with Tylenol or ibuprofen, severe headaches, any shortness of breath or chest pain, we recommend that you call your doctor and schedule an appointment. The other people who need an appointment to be seen are those people who fall under the category of chronic medical conditions, or the very young, under 2, or the older people in the community. Thanks for joining me today. Hopefully, I've given you and your family some good information to keep you healthy this winter. Remember, get those flu shots, wash your hands, and hopefully I'll see you and your family somewhere other than the doctor's office. I'm Dr. Kate Tabori, and for more information, go to conehealth.com.
The city is making every effort to reduce the financial burden on residents as we all try to manage daily life in this new norm. Several fees for key services have been waived. We'll have that story and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The city's Code Compliance Division is waiving the accrual of civil penalties and assessment of re-inspection fees associated with active residential and non-residential code cases. Also, no new civil penalties and re-inspection fees will be assessed. These changes are due to COVID-19 and will be in effect until further notice. City Code Compliance inspectors will continue to conduct required inspections to make sure conditions of structures are safe. However, when working in areas where it may be difficult to maintain 6 feet of social distancing, Code Compliance inspectors may request the area be cleared of occupants. Stan Wilson, director of the Neighborhood Development Department, said the temporary suspension of penalties and the daily accrual of those charges, as well as re-inspection fees, allows everyone to stay safe without creating an additional financial burden to property owners, landlords, and business owners during this pandemic. Property owners and contractors are still allowed to make repairs and perform maintenance on structures since the state has declared these as essential functions. For more information, call the Code Compliance Office at 336-373-2111. Staff is available Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The city of Greensboro continues to waive yard waste fees at the White Street landfill. This applies to residents arriving in cars, vans, passenger vans, pickup trucks, and non-dumping trailers. Please note, regular yard waste fees of $40 per ton still apply for dump trucks and dump trailers. A city attendant will direct you to where you unload. The White Street landfill hours are Monday through Friday from 7:50 a.m. to 3 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. The city suspended all residential curbside yard waste collection due to COVID-19. Residents should not place yard waste at the curb during this suspension. The suspension allows staff to focus its resources on garbage and recycling collection, which will continue without interruption. For more information, call the White Street Landfill at 336-373-7658. Creative Greensboro, the city's Office of Arts and Culture, and nonprofit Arts Greensboro are promoting streaming programs, virtual tours, and other interactive online activities local artists, creative professionals, and arts and cultural organizations are producing while people stay home. The Greensboro At-Home Arts and Creativity Guide, a listing of local opportunities, will be published Monday through Friday afternoons on the Creative Greensboro and Arts Greensboro Facebook pages. Organizations and individuals can submit streaming events or other opportunities on Creative Greensboro's website. Ryan Deal, who heads up the Creative Greensboro office, says the need for people to stay at home during this global pandemic has forced a wave of canceled performances, classes, and rehearsals while closing museums and galleries. Artists are moving their work online. This guide is a way to support that work and keep the community connected. Submissions for the Arts and Creativity Guide are due by 9 a.m. to appear in that day's edition. All weekend activities will appear in Friday's edition. As a result of the coronavirus, the city has rolled out a variety of benefits for its employees. Coming up after the break, the city's benefits manager will talk about the efforts underway to help employees cope. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The City of Greensboro has approved a number of benefits to assist employees during this COVID-19 pandemic. The city is fully funding the Federal Emergency Sick and Expanded FMLA, as well as the cost for COVID-19 testing. The city has also made changes to deferred compensation to permit loans for those impacted by the virus. Joining me now to talk about additional city benefits is Deb Stevens. She is the city's benefits manager. Hello, Deb. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Carla. How are you today?
I'm well,
Good.
And I appreciate the social distancing for folks wondering why we're so far apart. We do want to practice that. Now, as the benefits manager, I'm sure you've been really busy. I mentioned just a few examples of what the city has done, and so many benefits have been rolled out. Has the city provided employees with any additional sick leave?
Yes, Carla. In addition to the 80 hours emergency paid sick leave that the federal government has passed under the Families First Coronavirus Response Act, the city manager, David Parrish, has also awarded all of our benefit eligible and part-time employees 5 days of paid sick leave.
Okay, and that comes in handy, I'm sure, if you're caring for someone or children, especially now that schools have been closed. This kind of gives our employees some breathing room.
Absolutely. The federal law actually starts the process to give employees an opportunity to stay home with their children, which is the initial 80 hours. It also expands as FMLA coverage for child care up to 10 weeks of paid leave. So we're really working hard, working diligently with IT, human resources, and law and compliance to make sure that we're implementing those policies and procedures so that employees have access to the federal leave, in addition to the city manager leave.
And that's a benefit that employees are not having to pay for. The city is fully funding that.
That is correct. The federal leave dictates maybe 2/3 of an employee's salary, but our city manager has indicated to human resources that we would pay the employees their full salary if they were qualified for emergency paid sick leave or emergency FMLA.
Okay, that's good to know. Now, as far as employees who are coming into work, we are considered essential as government employees. Are they working standard hours?
Well, employees who are working on site, maybe in the administrative areas of the city, are working a modified shift from 10 to 3. Our public safety and field operations and water, I believe they're all working their regular schedules to maintain safety and operations for the city. So yes, there are some modified schedules, and a lot of employees are still maintaining their regular schedules.
Okay, and the 10 to 3 was really an opportunity to reduce the number of people who are actually reporting on site to help us contribute to flattening the curve.
That is correct. So we are practicing social distancing. We're providing PPE equipment and hand sanitizers for employees who are reporting to the work sites. So we're doing everything that we can as a city of employees and to control the curve.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
Yes. Now, telecommuting has become a new thing, and certainly a new thing for the city. Tell us a little bit about the policy. How is that working? Because we do have several employees who are able to work from home.
Well, I will tell you that Human Resources is working telecommuting. 100% of our employees are telecommuting. And there are several departments that are telecommuting because they have access to the resources, the computers, the virtual private network. So I believe that it's the new normal. We're changing how we do business, and we are operating efficiently and using this new normal to actually work from home. So there are a lot of employees working from home. There are employees who can't work from home, of course, so they are reporting, and those are the ones who are working the modified day to keep up with the social distancing. But I think going forward, we will see some modifications of our current telecommuting policy to ensure that employees have some work-life balance in the days to come.
Okay, I think you're going to get a lot of votes.
I think
in favor
so too.
Of that.
I think so too.
Now, before we go, I did want to ask in terms of compensation. We talked about the employees who are still reporting on site. Is there any difference in compensation for those employees?
Well, employees who are reporting on site, for the hours that they work, they're receiving a 5% pay differential. Just for the hours that they work, but they're being paid for their full day of work. So if you're an 8-hour employee and you're working 5 hours a day on the modified schedule, you get a 5% pay differential for the 5 hours, and then you're paid your full 8-hour day. So the city manager has made some great incentives for our employees to continue offering the great service that we do for our city.
Excellent. Well, Deb, as you have outlined the host of benefits that the city has rolled out in response to COVID-19, it makes me extremely grateful to be part of the G team. I've heard of other colleagues in other organizations who aren't getting nearly as much benefit as the city has for its employees. So do come back and keep us posted on any new benefits that are rolled out.
Thank you for having me, Carla. And I wanted to mention that all of the information about the Families First Coronavirus Response Act is on the city's website, the City of Greensboro website, so our employees have access to all the information from home.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Deb. Do stay
Thank you
safe.
for having me.
It was so nice to see you because I know you're telecommuting.
Yes,
so,
I am.
I'll have to call and Skype you.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you. Stay tuned for some useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact our city is by tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. Due to COVID-19, the City Council is meeting virtually. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. City Council meetings take place on level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building located at 300 West Washington Street. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. The Greensboro History Museum is documenting the coronavirus pandemic. Staff will be collecting photos and video along with journals documenting people's day-to-day lives and how things have changed. The public can donate exhibit items such as commercial masks and other personal protective equipment and handmade masks. The museum is working with Guilford County Schools to collect journals which capture the day-to-day activities such as the experience of being home, how did people get food, or information. The museum has a collection of journals a Greensboro woman kept during World War I and the 1918 flu pandemic. The museum wants to share positive memories such as videos showing how people are coming together despite the social distance rule. For more information about this project or to submit items for the exhibit, visit the Greensboro History Museum website. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first we have a special message from Mayor Nancy Vaughn regarding the coronavirus.
We are entering a new normal, and I know that that means a lot of you have questions and uncertainty, and that is normal because a lot of us are right there with you. We've got teachers who are working from home. We have parents who are working from home with kids right next to them. We have bus drivers delivering meals. We have people doing things this week that they weren't doing last week. And I'm sure next week it'll even be more different. We have our first responders out doing the great job that they always do. We have medical personnel working extra time. The one thing that we can all do is work to stop the spread of the virus. And it's really very simple steps. You can stay in groups of less than 10. That's something that's really important. The other most important thing you can do is, just like your mama said, wash your hands. They say 20 to 30 seconds. Some people sing songs, some people might do a little dance. I like to pretend I'm scrubbing for surgery. Of course, I've never taken a medical class in my life, so I kind of do it like House did on television. Scrub those hands really, really well. The other thing you need to do is make sure that the surfaces in your house are clean. If you don't have spray that you can use, just use warm, soapy water. Wipe down the surfaces, make sure that the doorknobs are clean. When it's pretty out, go outside, but avoid playground equipment. Together, we are going to get through this. There are only little steps that you need to take that can stop the spread. Stay in small groups, don't touch your face, clean your hands, and check on your neighbors. Make sure that people around you have the necessities that they need. Check our website to see what the latest details of what's closed, what schedules have changed. And believe me, we will continue to monitor the spread of coronavirus, and we are coordinating with the state and county officials. Please leave groceries. Don't hoard. Maintain social distancing. Support our local businesses when you can. Wash your hands often and stay out of large groups to reduce the risk of transmission. As a community, we've been tested before, and we've always come through stronger. And we will get through this together. And remember, when communicating, rely on facts, not fear.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. The City of Greensboro's Budget and Evaluation Department once again receives the Distinguished Budget Presentation Award for its 2019-20 budget. This award is presented by the Government Finance Officers Association. The award represents a significant achievement for the city. It reflects the commitment by staff to meet the highest principles of governmental budgeting. In order to receive the budget award, Greensboro had to satisfy nationally recognized guidelines for effective budget presentation. These guidelines are designed to assess how well the city's budget serves as a policy document, financial plan, operations guide, and a communications tool. In order to receive the award, budget documents must be rated proficient in all 4 categories and in the 14 mandatory criteria within those categories. Straight ahead on the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO shout out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout out. This week's shout out goes to our library and park staff. The Parks and Recreation Department is offering a series of virtual programs since all recreation centers are closed. For the foreseeable future, staff will broadcast Facebook Live videos Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. The library branches are closed, but staff is also using Facebook Live to share instructional videos and other programs. Other resources available online include the North Carolina Digital Library, NC Kids Online Library, and BrainFuse provides tutors to help with homework and job searches. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings. Be sure to download our weekly podcast, Talk City Greensboro, and now GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.